Why he has not completed his work or the proposal? Because he was unwell. Ravi was unwell, so he couldn't complete his work and he is apologizing his senior colleague. This will be the last warning and the last chance will be given to you. And again, if it repeats the same thing, action must be taken against you. When we are born, we will not come with any expiry dates to this earth. So you cannot use the word expired. Hello everyone, I am Babita Tamaya, lecturer, Department of English, Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. In my previous session, I had discussed about making requests and expressing gratitude. In my today's session, I'll be discussing about apologizing and expressing your sympathy. So let's begin the session for the day. So when do we apologize? For what is the reason we apologize? Let's see here. We apologize for doing something we ought not to have done. We also apologize when we do not do something which we ought to have done. So what does it mean to say? It's really expressed very well. We apologize for doing something we ought not to have done. You were not supposed to do something, but you have done it. For that purpose, you apologize. And in the next sentence, which you are supposed to do, you wanted to do something, the faculty or the teacher might have told you to do something and you have not done. For that also you will apologize. These are the two things where you apologize, or these are the two reasons where you apologize for what the mistake you have done. Moving on with the conversation here, and this conversation is in the formal way. This conversation is in formal, not in informal. Ravi apologized to a senior colleague for not completing his work on time. So here Ravi is apologizing to his senior colleague. It means to say that this conversation is in formal and your answer also should be in a formal way. Why he is apologizing? For not completing the work on time. The work is given by the senior colleague, but he has not done or he has not completed his work. Let's see how the conversation begins. Ravi, Mr. Naren, I must apologize for not completing the proposal on time. I was unwell. So Ravi is apologizing to Mr. Naren, that is the senior colleague. Why he has not completed his work or the proposal? Because he was unwell. Ravi was unwell, so he couldn't complete his work and he is apologizing his senior colleague, that is Mr. Naren. That's all right, but please complete it by next week. So he says, that's all right, it's okay, but you need to complete the work by next week. Ravi, I certainly will. So what will be the response? He say that, Ravi, I certainly will finish my work or the proposal, whatever you have given to me, by the next week. The next one, and this is in the informal way. Anthony apologizes to his aunt for not getting her a book she wanted. So here, this conversation is between Anthony and his aunt. His aunt has asked him a book and he couldn't get the book. So Anthony is apologizing his aunt. Aunt, have you got me a copy of Leo Tolstoy's Crime and Punishment? So what was the book asked by aunt? She asked Leo Tolstoy's Crime and Punishment, that book she wanted, so she had asked Anthony to get it. Anthony, I'm sorry, I haven't been able to, auntie. Actually, it's in short supply. So how does he respond? How does he apologizes here? I am sorry. See the conversation in the previous one. Here, what does he say in the sense? I must apologize for not completing. So, and he says that I must apologize for not completing, and he also asks to please complete the work. So there is a word please and I must. There is lots of difference when it comes to the formal and the informal language. See here in the informal way, it's not like I must, nothing like that. Directly he says, I'm sorry auntie, I couldn't get the book. Why he couldn't get the book? In the sense, because It is shortened supply. And don't let it bother you, Anthony. So what does Aunt says here? Don't bother. It's okay. You can get it any other time once when it comes to the market. No issues. Don't worry about that. But see in the previous session, that's all right. It means to say that, yes, I've given you the particular time. You have to finish it by next week. It means to say that he has to complete his work, and he also please here, but please complete the work. He's pleasing. But here in the informal, nothing like pleasing here. She says it's okay, you can get it next time. And let's see how the formal and the informal way of apologizing. So in the formal, you can say, I apologize, I beg your pardon. Because whenever you talk to a person who is in a high authority, you should be speaking to them in a formal way. You cannot use the informal way of apologizing, saying that very sorry, so sorry, extremely sorry, awful sorry. You cannot use these words for the formal language. Here is the activity which I have picked from your workbook. Let's see it. Formal situation between a boss and a subordinate. So it is in a formal way and it is a formal situation, and the conversation is between the boss and a subordinate. Let's see the conversation here. Mr. Sampath, sir, I went through the memo that was on my table last evening. I sincerely for coming late to office often. Boss, yes, we expect you to correct yourself in future. Mr. Sampath, once again, I will certainly be punctual from now on. Boss, that's it. This time your plea is considered, but please remember, this is the last warning. So here this conversation is between the boss and the subordinate, and here the subordinate has made a mistake, so he is apologizing his boss. Now let's fill the blanks by reading the conversation. So whenever you fill the blanks, first keep one thing in mind, go through with the conversation completely and then start writing the answer. Because without reading the conversation, without reading the context, please don't write the answer, or please don't start writing your answers. Mr. Sampath, sir, I went through the memo that was on the table last evening. I sincerely, so here Mr. Sampath is saying, sir, he's saying to his boss that I have read the memo which was kept on my table last evening. And what does he say? I sincerely, what does he do here? I sincerely apologize. I sincerely apologize for coming late to office. Why he is apologizing here? Because every time he is late to the office and now the boss has passed a memo, he has read the memo and he is apologizing his boss, saying that he will be not late from the next day. Boss, yes, we expect you to correct yourself in future. Boss says that, yes, I have accepted your apology, but you should correct your mistake. You cannot repeat the same thing each and every time. I cannot give the warning every time. It's done. From tomorrow onwards, in your future, you should be never late to the office. Mr. Sampath, once again, I will certainly be punctual from now on. So I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon once again. So he is again asking the apology. Already he has asked, again he is repeating the same thing, and he says, and he cannot use the same words each and every time. So he says, I beg your pardon once again, so that I'm not coming late from tomorrow. I will certainly be punctual from now. He says, from now onwards, I'll be punctual. I'll never be late to office. Boss, that's it. This time your plea is considered. So the boss says, that's it. That's it in the sense, it means to say that, yes, I have given too many chances and warnings, but now everything is done and dusted. I cannot give you any more warnings and any more excuses. You should be coming in time. And your plea is considered, your apology is considered, and this will be for the last time. But please remember, this is the last warning. So after apologizing for the second time, what is the boss saying? Yes, this will be the last warning and the last chance will be given to you. And again, if it repeats the same thing, action must be taken against you. That's what the boss says here. This is how you have to write the formal conversation. Moving on to the next question. Informal situation between a mother and a daughter. So now the conversation, it is between the mother and the daughter. Let's read out the conversation. Tina, Mummy, I am to have kept you waiting for so long. Mother, my dear, didn't I tell you to come soon? Tina, so again, I thought I would complete the assignment and then come with you. So now here the daughter has made a mistake. She is feeling guilty for herself and she is apologizing with her mother. Now let's fill the blanks. Mummy, I'm awfully sorry to have kept you waiting for long time. So here Tina's mother waited for her daughter for a very long time, but Tina couldn't come and reach at the proper time. So she is asking pardon or asking apologize with her mother. Mother, my dear, didn't I tell you to come soon? So mother says, I have told you to come soon. Tina, so sorry. So sorry again. She says, I'm so sorry again. I thought I would finish my assignment and then come with you. So she wanted to complete her assignment and she thought once she's done with her assignment, she can go with her mom. See the words what you can use here in this conversation. Whatever you have used, that is awfully sorry or really sorry, that things you cannot use in the formal situation. That will be the difference between the formal and the informal way of apologizing. This is all about apologizing. Moving on to the next one here, that is expressing your sympathy. When do you express your sympathy? Expressing sympathy is to understand and care about someone's problems and to show that we care for them. So when do we express? We express our sympathy to understand and care about someone's problem. If someone is in the problem, we are showing our sympathy, we are expressing, we are showing that we have some care for you. So that is how you express your sympathy, to show that you care for the people whom you love so much. Here is the formal way of expressing your sympathy. Tanvi, you know Spurti, our classmate, Pawan has been hospitalized. He met with an accident this morning while coming to college. Spurti, oh God, how sad. Here, Tina is telling to Spurti, do you know Spurti, that our classmate Pawan, he has been hospitalized because he met with an accident this morning while coming to the college. So when you hear the sad news, how do you react? Is it something jovial to enjoy? No, it is really something very sad that has happened to our classmate. You have to express your sympathy in a very sad way. So how does she convey? Spurti says that, oh God, how does Spurti express her sympathy? She replies saying that, oh God, how sad. How sad it is. How is he now? Where is he? That is the way we have to reply for the sympathy. It is not like that. It is not in this way. Oh, really? He's dead. You cannot say that, because if you know the person, he is very good or he is not good to you, whatever it is, when you get to know that the person whom you don't like or like is having some problem or he has met with some accident, you're not supposed to speak like that. You have to express your sympathy. It is not something where you can enjoy. It is the thing that where you have to support your family and you have to be with them. And the next one, Ranjit, may I know you look so sad, sir. Teacher, I'm really upset. You know, my elder sister passed away. So here the conversation is between the teacher and the student. Now the student, many of the time what happens here, the student will be very close to the teacher, and when they are very close, what happens here, by looking at their face, they will get to know that the teacher or the student into some problem or something is going wrong in their life. That is what Ranjit tries to identify from his teacher. So Ranjit, may I know, you look so sad, sir. So Ranjit is questioning his teacher, may I know why you're so sad? By looking into your face, I can know that something has happened in your life. Teacher, I'm really upset. She says, I'm really upset. What is the reason behind the upset here? You know, my elder sister passed away. So what is the teacher saying? Why he is upset? He is upset because he has lost his elder sister. My elder sister has passed away. And one very important thing here, the word here passed away, and many a times you use the word expired. This is the wrong usage in English. You cannot say he has expired. When we are born, we will not come with any expiry dates to this earth. So you cannot use the word expired. It is passed away. You can use the word passed away. Don't use expired. It is not the correct way. It's a wrong way or a wrong usage of the word passed away. Ranjit, I sympathize with you, sir. So what Ranjit is saying, I sympathize, or else I condole. That is what you have to say, or that is the conversation, or that is the way of responding. My deepest condolence, or it means to say that I'm there with you in your pain also. That is how you have to write. Moving on to the next one, let's see how the formal and the informal way of expressing your sympathy. In the formal, you say that I'm very upset to hear that. My sympathies are with you. That is the formal. And in the informal, how sad. That's the pity. So you cannot use these things here. It goes completely wrong. Many a times we have used, you cannot say that no, but right now onwards, you need to correct yourself. When you're talking to the formal people that who is in the highest authority, the formal way of expressing your sympathy with these sentences, and the informal way will be how sad, that's a pity, or my heartfelt condolence to your family, my deepest condolence to your family, I sympathize to you. That is how you write for informal. And here is the activity. Let's see and fill the blanks here. What expression do you use to express sympathy in the following situations? So there are three situations here. You have to read out the situation and you have to express your sympathy. How do you express your sympathy in so and so situation? Let's see one by one. One of your friends has lost his grandfather. So one of your friend has lost your grandfather. How do you express your sympathy? Will you say, oh, is it? He's dead. He's no more. Is it the way of expressing your sympathy? No, really not. It goes wrong. But how do you express now? So you express your sympathy by saying that my deepest condolence to you and your family. So I pray God to give strength to your family to bear the loss of your grandfather. You can write the complete sentence or you can write my deepest condolence. There is no mistake in that. If you write the sentence also, you'll get marks. My deepest condolence to your family. That is also fine. Next one. You hear from your principal that one of your teachers met with an accident and is hospitalized. So you'll get to know that one of your teacher, whether you like the teacher or you don't like, that is secondary. But once you get to know that your teacher has met with an accident and he or she is hospitalized, will you be so happy? Will you enjoy that situation? Really? No. If you like, or don't like. You will never do that. But how do you express your sympathy? So you'll say that really, really sad, or it's really shocking. You'll say that it's really shocking. How is she doing? That is how you express. On your way home, an elderly lady tells you that a man in a red shirt has snatched away her chain. So it is a chain snatching, and you cannot go when the elderly person comes and tell you that the person has snatched my chain. You cannot question that lady, elderly lady, saying that then why did you wear the gold chain? You shouldn't have. Or it is not that way, because you need to express your sympathy towards that elderly lady. And here see this, there are three different situations here, and you cannot say that deepest condolence to this lady. Is it because here you are talking something about the person who is dead, and you cannot express the same function here when a lady has lost her chain. So here there are three different situations. So each and every situation is in a different way. So when the person is dead, you say deepest condolence or my sympathy, and you cannot use the same thing here. Here when it comes to the chain snatching situation, your way of expressing your sympathy will be totally different. And here the boy says that I am really very sorry to hear that. To hear that. So what will be the response here? I'm really very sorry to hear that. So how can you help the lady now, the one who has snatched the chain? One, you can give your mobile phone to the lady, or else you can just call the police and give a complaint saying that this lady has lost her chain. Chain snatchers has pulled her chain and she has lost it. That is how you respond, or that is how you express your sympathy. That's all for the day. I hope you have understood how to apologize and how to express your sympathy in different situations. So by this, I'm completing my language function. Have a good day. Thank you.